testing 1 2. Right, let's just begin because no one else is showing up so far, so let's just crack on.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Right, where were we? We know we got pretty much everyone to 2 hearts now. And I'm sorry if you can hear that background noise. The triathlon's going on just down the harbour, so there's a giant PA system that's been doing my head in all day. Also, there is a poll where you guys get to vote on which daddy I will end up choosing, but I've got to get them all to 2 hearts first, and I think we're all but that, except for Joseph. So, just for the sake of completionism, let's do it. Yeah, it's really annoying. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I can, even over my headphones. His family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I should take him up on his offer to hang out. Wait, how do I hang out with a priest? I don't go to church. Should I be Jesus-y? I imagine Joseph's family staring at me as I fumble through some sort of prayer attempt. Maybe not too Jesus-y. A light smattering of Jesus. Will he want me to pray? Is he going to pray at me? Do I have to pray at him? Talking to Joseph, huh? Gah! Amanda, how many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? I selectively ignore it every time you do, Pops. Amanda looks over my shoulder at the screen. Joseph can't read your mind, you know. If you want to talk to him, just message him. But I've never been friends with a priest before. What do I talk about? My favourite Bible passage? Ice cream socials? Khakis? First of all, he's a youth minister with a tattoo, not a priest. There's a difference.
Ugh.
You're overthinking it, Dad. Listen, just put it like this. Hello, neighbour. Thanks again for the invite to the barbecue. I'd love to hang out soon if you're not too busy. Isn't that a little too business casual? Fine, fine. Give me the keyboard. I got this. Amanda focuses on the keys. Hi Joseph, it was great meeting you and your family. I'm still around here, so if you'd like, I'd love to hang out and get to know you. See ya. The smiley is a nice touch. Almost immediately, I receive a response. What do you say? Hi Toby, if you're not doing anything in a bit, the kids and I are baking treats for the church bake sale today and we'd love to have you over. It'll be a blast, so let me know, Joseph. Huh? That wasn't so bad. He uses a lot of exclamation points. I'm more concerned about him signing his name with a tilde. I'm willing to let it slide this time. I respond back. Sounds like fun, Toby. Great. Come on by the house as soon as you're ready. We'll be here. Well, guess I'm doing this. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on my mic level when they're talking on the PA. I think it's slightly there, but the music's just drowning it out, so I think I'm okay. And when I talk, I'm completely overriding it. Save a brownie for me. Promise you won't sneak up on me anymore? Amanda stares at me, unblinking. I don't make promises I can't keep. Real to a fault, Pops.
Ugh.
And Dad, please don't be weird about the religion thing. Me? Weird? Never. Because we haven't been weird this entire playthrough. I make the short walk over to Joseph's place. Don't be weird, Toby. Pardon me. But what if they hang up a bunch of crosses or collect those little porcelain babies? What if they're all praying? Do they pray before dinner, during dinner, over the porcelain babies? The door begins to creak open, a shadowy figure obscured on the other side. Who's there? Toby. The door opens the rest of the way. It's Joseph's eldest. What's his name? Hey. Hey, Oh, God. What's his name? I can't remember. I haven't seen these kids in like 2 streams. It's been like 8 hours. I haven't seen these kids. Well, Krish is the one we never see that's supposed to be the baby. I think he's... Chris? Oh god, I'm gonna so get this wrong. Chris. Hi again, I'm Toby. I know what your name is. Oh yeah, we met at the barbecue. How's the, Please don't say it. Jesus. Chris blinks slowly. Maybe he didn't hear that. You're weird. Is your dad? Before I finish, Chris walks into an adjacent room, leaving me in front of the open doorway. Home? This was a great first impression. For a moment, I wondered if I should just go in, further subjecting Joseph's family to my winning attitude and artful charisma. Mercifully, he peeks his head around the corner. Toby, you made it. Joseph approaches me with his arms wide. I'm so glad you could come by. Are you ready to bake? I am not. I am as ready as I'll ever be. That's the kind of semi-confidence I like to see in a baking assistant. Come on in. Joseph leads me into a bright, spacious home full of nautical knickknacks. This isn't what I imagined at all. It's pretty charming. I believe you've met Chris, who left you outside. Yes, we got it right. The game of the year, I think, only gives you all of the skins, Slayer, and you will eventually unlock all of those through playing the game. Which is part of the fun of playing Overwatch, is getting the loot boxes and seeing what you get. Although, if you want to get a really specific legendary, it could take you a while. But I'm not sure if that includes event skins and stuff. Like, I don't think you'll get like the anniversary event skins for buying the game of the year. I think it's just all the skins from the original launch of the game. I'd have a Google and see what the actual differences are between the two editions, because I don't think there's a huge amount of difference between them. And anything that is a difference is cosmetic at best, I think. Chris. Are you going to apologise? Oh, right, sorry. I try to make eye contact with Chris, but he keeps looking away. He must be really shy. Pardon me. Got the burps. Too much energy drink. It's alright, next time just be a little more inviting to our guests, okay? Sure. Chris seems to relish the chance to escape the conversation and quickly vanishes into his room. Joseph turns to me apologetically. Don't take it personally. Chris likes to keep to himself. Yeah, I'd just say get the standard version of Slayer, because that's all I got, and that is the whole game, pretty much. The only stuff you really missed is event-based skins. Just because you got on the game later, but I haven't got half of them anyway. But you can buy like 99% of the skins with gold, I believe, which you get from getting duplicate skins. So it costs a bit. It will take time to buy a decent legendary, but overall it's not that bad if you play a bunch. I mean, we didn't start off on the best foot in the world, plus being the eldest in a big family can't be easy. We try to cut him a little slack where we can. Ah, and here are the twins, Christian and Christy. Say hello to Toby. Hello, Father. Hello, Toby. Kids, come on, dial it back on the creepy twin shtick. Creepy twin shtick. We should get to baking. Maybe it's better if I don't shift the power dynamic of the creepy nightmare twins. Are you guys going to help us bake? We don't want to bake. Well, okay. What do you want to do? We have to perform surgery. Guys, we've been over this. Please stop cutting open your toys. Christian and Christy run out of the room, giggling. After a second of relative silence, Joseph turns to me, grinning sheepishly. Yeah, I'm down for killing the twins with fire. They're creepy as shit. You ever have more than one kid, Toby? Nope. You should try it. We both start to laugh, but are interrupted by a loud crash from the kitchen. What now? Hey, see what I'm playing. Game Slayer, can we get a shout out for see what I'm playing, please? That doesn't sound good. Christy? No one responds. Joseph furrows his brow and motions for me to stay where I am. Wait here a minute. Thank you, Slayer. Joseph rushes into the kitchen. I remember this with Amanda. Half of fatherhood is trying to keep your kids from finding creative ways to kill themselves, and he's got 4. Talk about worry. I take a seat on his surprisingly pristine couch and twiddle my thumbs. Examine the bookshelf. It's a pretty sturdy wooden bookshelf. It looks handmade. Did Joseph build this? There's a big stack of what look like travel magazines. Hyenas of the Serengeti, the underwater mysteries of the Antarctic, and on and on. Seems like Joseph really loves a good adventure. Unless this is a Mary thing. Who knows? Next to them are a couple of different Bibles. Looks like he's covering all the Bible bases. King James, New American Standard, the Bible for teens. He is a cool youth minister after all. On a higher shelf there are a bunch of old romance novels. Judging by the wine stains, these must be Mary's. The newest ones look like Hot Body Johnson's Sex Detective. The 8th installment in... Wait, this is a series? Examine the coffee table. There's a couple of cool knickknacks on the coffee table in front of me. Hey, a cross. Hey, another cross. This one looks a little different. And a third cross. Unified design aesthetic. Smart choices. Yeah, exactly, Slayer. Still a minister. There's also brassing here. Looks like something a sailor would use to navigate with. I think they're called sextants. Heh, sex. Examine the floor. Well, you have this many kids, and things are bound to end up on the floor, no matter how hard you try to keep it clean. I spot a terrifying cloth doll that appears to have had both arms pulled off several times. It's been stitched back together a lot. The tag says, C and C. Of course. I set that down and spot a houseplant. Hey little guy. Keep being you, tiny houseplant. I spot one last thing on the floor next to the houseplant. It's a silver necklace. Wow, this looks expensive for something casually tossed on the floor. If there's a story here, it's none of my business. It's been a while. I guess I should go in the kitchen and see what's up. I walk into the kitchen to find Joseph holding Christy in one arm. She seems a lot calmer than she was a minute ago. I raise an eyebrow at Joseph. The twins are a lot more manageable when they're separated. Where's Christian? He ran off. Christy dips a spoon into the brownie batter and gives it a taste. Dad, it's too sweet. You're too sweet. No, I'm not. You're so sweet we might have to water you down with spiders. No, not spiders. Joseph begins tickling Christy with his free hand, but between the laughing and squirming, I don't know how he's got hold of her, but the girl is locked in place. The man is a professional child wrangler. Christy fixes me with her best puppy dog eyes. Save me from the spiders. Ooh. Okay, someone just added me as a friend on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox and haven't played on haven't used my account on an Xbox in like 2 years, but fine. Let us spoon duel the Spider King. I grab a wooden spoon and point it in Joseph's direction. and hand her, foul beast. Okay, Toby the Valiant, let's see what you've got. You may have defeated me at Tarantula Ridge, but now I have the upper hand. Joseph gently puts Christy down behind him. Have you come to squash me, knight, or have you merely fallen into my web? Creepy Xbox stalker. No, it's probably just someone who's going around adding random friends of friends or something like that, knowing how Xbox works. I'm no mere fly, Spider King, now on guard. For a minute or so, Joseph and I mock Jewel with the two dumbest looking spoons in the room. Eventually I strike a killing blow in the invisible heart between his arm and body, and Joseph recoils in horror. Blast! I am defeated. You could never best me, Spider King, for I have the power of... I sneak a taste from the brownie batter. The magic. Oh man, that is way too sweet. Christy begins jumping up and down excitedly. My hero! Christy hugs my leg before making a surprisingly fast exit. Hey, wait, do you want to bake brownies with us? Christy hesitates, then shakes her head no again. Sparkle Pony. Sparkle Pony? Joseph looks confused. You don't want to bake with Dad now? You want to play with Sparkle Pony? Yes. Okay, go. Before Joseph can even finish his sentence, Christy is out of the door and down the hall. Ahead. Joseph sighs deeply as he stares into the chocolate batter. He tastes it again, face twisting. And that is still way too sweet. So, what made that crash? Egg beaters on the linoleum floor. It's my new techno single. Hey, Miss Michelle, can we get a shout out for Miss Michelle, please, Game Slayer? How are you doing, my lovely? That one definitely worked. I think some of them are just too quiet. I might have to bump the volume of them in Audacity and then export them back into MP3s. That's what I'm thinking. Morning, Miss Michelle. How are you doing today? Thank you, Game Slayer. Still waking up? Nice, nice. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. Had a bit of a lazy Saturday so far, and then come back to finish Dream Daddy. Well, the first run of Dream Daddy. But after this, I will probably swap to another game, and we'll do something else to split it up a bit, because I've been playing this all week. If you type !poll into the chat, it will give you the straw poll link where you can vote on which daddy we're going to go with. I have ruled out some people because of reasons, but everyone else you can vote on pretty much. And in the result of a tie or too much of a split vote, I will be picking myself based on who I had the most fun with throughout all the dates. It's my new techno single. Still haven't thought of a B-side. Now we're both looking into the batter. It's got a sickly sheen of sugar and chocolate candies throughout, and I have a feeling Christy had something to do with it. We need a fresh start. Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm not really a baker, but...
Nice.
Don't even sweat it. The bag came with instructions that have mysteriously vanished along with my daughter, so we'll probably be fine. Probably. Yeah, probably. He certainly looks confident. Alright, Toby, you've baked a cake from a box before once. How hard could this be? Now grab a spoon and get ready to rock. Mario Batali, save me. Joseph and I set to work cracking the eggs and mixing the things, and then pouring the things according to how we assumed the back of the box would tell us to. Things go according to plan, and soon enough we have a solid batch of brownies. Phew. Wait. Joseph has a little dot of batter on his nose. Wow, Toby. Way to use those dad skills. I bet you've baked a few box mixes in your time. His nose. Joseph. All we have to do is bring these to the bake sale and voila, duty done. Ahem. Now help me find Christy. Keep your eye out for a pony that sparkles. Joseph, hold still. What? Thumb in position and got it.
Yeah.
Joseph's eyes go wide as I gently wipe the chocolate off his nose. Is he blushing?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. No problem. In less than a second, I've licked the batter off my finger. It's really good batter. We should find Christy. Yes, we should. Do that, Toby. Joseph quickly composes himself. Alright, she can't be far. You take the delta position, and I'll watch your 6. Do you even know what that means?
Yeah.
Alpha Tango Sparkle. Roger, roger. Joseph starts making his way down the hall and calls back to me. Take the brownies and the rest of the stuff I baked earlier today while I get Christy. We'll meet you out by the car.
Yeah.
Joseph, Christy and I arrive at the church parking lot to find fold-out tables and pop-up tents already set up. Looks like the bake sale is already in full swing.
Oh.
Wow, this place is packed. Is this packed? There are a few people milling around. Must be a value pack. If you can count a city's population on your fingers and toes, this counts as packed. Point. Christy rockets out of the car and into the lot. Is she running on jet fuel? I want to sell brownies. Okay. Let's get set up. I want to see Mom.
Yeah.
She's down by the other row of tables helping out with another group. Want to go over there and tell her I said hi? Mom! Christy zips off immediately. Joseph seems unconcerned. Does she always run that fast? Yep, and I can only catch her half the time. These knees aren't what they used to be. I remember when Amanda was her age. I couldn't get her to sit still for 5 seconds. Yep, great age to deal with.
Hey.
While Christy's gone, Joseph and I arrange all our baked goods on the table and settle in. So, are we allowed to eat any of our own goods?
Oh.
Look, if I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. The man upstairs has strong feelings about snitches. Does he actually?
Yeah.
Joseph shrugs, eats a brownie. He looks like some of the other stalls are selling drinks, like little handmade crafts and other sweets. Whoa, someone bought a soft serve ice cream machine. I gesture to it. How are we supposed to compete with that?
Oh.
Please, this isn't my first time to the rodeo, the bake sale rodeo. There's actually no rodeo here, it's just a bake sale. I think you and I put together can make one pretty convincing argument for these brownies, don't you? Oh yeah. We high five. If you bake it, they will come.
Oh.
It's not long before we have our first customers. Hey Matt. Hiya. Matt, come and see her. Great to see you guys out here. Happy to support a good cause. Plus, you know, as the owner and proprietor of the Coffee Spoon, an establishment that specialises in baked goods, I have to scope out the competition. Joseph leans close to me. This guy knows his stuff. Stay on your toes. So, what recipe did you use for these brownies? Excuse me. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a little frog in my throat. Don't say you used the box recipe. Don't say you used the box recipe. He likes experimental music, but Joseph's gonna wanna set it up, so it's just how Nonna used to make. Let me tell you a story, Matt. The way these brownies are made But the way they made brownies in the old country, yeah, was all thanks to Grandma Tea Time. Travellers from far and wide would make the pilgrimage to her sleepy little town simply to be amazed by her masterful use of chocolate. All that knowledge, all that experience, it was passed on to me. Ha, sure. Joseph leans over again to me. Oh, dang it. Oh, it's Joseph anyway. Lying is literally one of the 10 things we try not to do. Alright, we'll take 2. Actually, we'll take 3. I ring them up and high-five Joseph as our happy customers walk away. See? Not so hard. Yeah. I'm hot off the good feelings from the last sale. Who's next? We sell brownies to a bunch of people I don't recognise, but who clearly know Joseph. Eventually a familiar face pops up. Toby! It's Brian. Close enough.
Oh.
Can we interest you in my brain today. Whew. Can we interest you two in any of our fine sweets and treats? You sure can. I bet I could eat 10 brownies. Must resist urge to be competitive. Let the man buy his brownies. So we'll put you down for 10? Haha, better make it just 2. 1 for me and 1 for Daisy. Coming right up. You excited for youth group movie night, Daisy? Yeah, what's the movie? It's a surprise. Joseph leans over to me. It's The Fast and the Furious. Really?
Yeah.
If you think about it, there's some heavy religious undertones. Joseph hands a baggie to Daisy. I made sure to give you guys the edges. Clearly this is a superior part of the brownie topography. Thanks, Joseph. Our 2 customers walk off with their purchases. Joseph and I survey our stock.
Oh.
These are selling pretty hot. At this rate, we'll have enough money to pay for a new paint job on the church and pews in no time. Wait, what happened to the pews? Ernest spray painted his rapper alias onto them, Young Steinbeck. I would have gone for Young Man in the Sea, but I can respect that. Speaking in ministerial terms, Ernest is hard to reach. In father terms, Ernest is kind of a turd. He's not wrong. I've got to give him that. Being a cool youth minister seems like a lot of work. It is, but it's worth it. Although, sometimes I wish. Never mind. What? It's kind of silly, but... Do you ever wish you could just drop everything and go lounge around on a beach somewhere in the tropics, drink fruity blended beverages, fall asleep on a hammock? You know, basically live out Jimmy Buffett's song. Joseph, I think about this every single day of my life. My dream is to live in Margaritaville.
Oh.
One day, my friend, we'll be on island time. We make a couple more sales to some more church patrons. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Off in the distance, I spot my old buddy Craig. Craig!
Yeah.
He's going to be a hard sell. Craig is a fitness man. I think he comes to these bake sales to test himself, to see if he has the resolve to refuse processed sugar. Are you sure you're ready for this? We go way back. I got this. Craig jogs up to our table with Briar and Hazel in tow. They're each finishing an ice cream cone, so it's unlikely we're going to sell them on brownies too. Probably won't be able to sell to the baby. She's impossible to read. No It all comes down to Craig. Hey bros. Hi Uncle Joseph. Hi Amanda's dad. I've got to sell him some brownies. I've got to do this. Would you be interested in one of our delicious homemade brownies? I don't know. Like, he's got to be beyond temptation. But I don't want to bring up stuff in front of his kids. That would be inappropriate. And I'm going to have to tempt him. You know, Craig, if you really wanted to, you could hit a couple of these stalls and craft yourself a brownie sundae. Get some soft serve, a brownie from your good friend Toby. I think there's a table down there that's selling freshly baked cookies, hot out of the oven. No, I'm not lying again, because that'll piss Joseph off. Treat yourself. You deserve it. That's a tempting offer, Toby, but I've got some chia mango pudding at home that I'm actually pretty excited about. I'm going to have to pass. Ah, suit yourself. Damn it! The other options didn't seem right. But, ah well. You win some, you lose some. The day winds down and we're pretty much out of items to sell. Everyone starts packing up. Christy eventually comes back and immediately falls asleep in Joseph's folding chair. Boxed mix, huh? Mary saunters up to us. She looks like she'd rather be anywhere else than here. Oh, hi honey. Yep, they're selling like hotcakes. Which is... actually, they're just brownies. Cute. And boring. And safe. Hey Mary. Mary's eyes dart over to me. What's that? What's the rookie doing here? I was just hoping to introduce Toby to the rest of the community. Uh-huh. You get a load of this freak show? What? Weird folk is all. Holier than thou types. Don't you think, Toby? Mary.
Give it a rest.
Let the kid answer the question. You guys know me well enough by now to know which answer I want to pick in this situation. I grab the closest brownie and shove it in my mouth and then point to my mouth as the universal sign for can't talk, mouth is full. Quick thinking, Toby. I am that socially awkward I would actually do that.
Oh.
This one's a keeper, huh? Mary, can we talk about this later? Oh, am I embarrassing you in front of your new friend? Joseph doesn't respond, trying his hardest to keep his cool. Can we please talk about this later?
Oh my god.
Sure thing, honey bear. Mary turns her attention to me. Hand over the cash. Jesus, I'm not trying to rob you, I'm in charge of the funds here. We're letting the woman with a very heavy taste for wine run the funds? Doesn't sound very good idea to me. I hand over the cash we've made. It feels like a hefty wad, if I may say so myself. Thanks.
Hey.
Now give me your wallet. What?
Hey.
Give me your wallet. You think this church is going to fix itself? Mary,
Hey.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I'll work on the whole pretending to be happy thing. Mary leans in and whispers to me. He's really good at it. I'm not giving him my wallet. Screw that. I don't even know how I make money, to be honest. It's never been explained what job I do to maintain the lifestyle me and Amanda lead, but apparently we do. Mary walks off without saying goodbye. Yeesh. Toby. I don't know why I do that occasionally. I just read out the name of the character. I'm really sorry about that. What's her deal? Wow, what's her problem? She enjoys a good button push. That seemed like a lot of button pushing. Joseph shrugs. That's just how she is. You ready to head out? I think this is going to be the worst scoring date I've had. Joseph and I load the folding tables back into the car. Christy nods off the moment Joseph straps her into the car seat.
Yeah.
I drop Joseph off in front of his house. A small yawn sneaks out of me. Looks like I tuckered you out, huh? I'm a sleepy dad. I think I might finally be crashing from all the sugar. Ha, I won't keep you up then. Thanks for helping out today. Happy to do it. Also happy to eat brownies. Well, next time I promise we'll do something a bit more exciting and a bit less free labour. And I'm very sorry about the whole thing with Mary. You shouldn't have had to see that. It's fine, really.
Yeah.
I know, but first hangout domestic problems aren't a good look. You barely know me. Let me make it up to you next time. It won't be Margaritaville, but we'll do something fun. I promise. I smile. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last thing. Joseph tosses a cling film wrap brownie through the window. It hits me in the face, but I'm able to catch it.
Oh.
It's the last one. You earned it. Joseph, please don't leave me alone with this brownie. Nope, too late. I'm already walking away. But, bye. Joseph walks up to his home. He waves at me before carrying Christy inside. Well, looks like it's just you and me, Brownie. I'm going to save the brownie for later and give it to Amanda if I get the chance. I pocket the brownie. This might come in handy down the road. Oh, is it going to become dad pocket food where it's been there for like 6 months? I step inside to find Amanda doing homework on the couch. Hey, Father Unit. Hi, child that I'm required by law to care for. How's homework? It's really fun and educational. Really? How long have you known me for? Right. How was the bake sale? Good. I think I really could have made a good life for myself as a brownie salesman. Glad to hear it. So what? Were there any extra brownies, or did you maybe sneak one, or... I think for a moment and realised that I still have the brownie that Joseph gave me. This would probably do better in someone else's stomach than mine. Heads up. Wait. I hurl the brownie towards Amanda. It hits the wall behind her and falls on the ground. Nice throw. She scoops it up and smiles at me. Thanks, Pops. Hey, if you're not going to bed anytime soon, would you be game for some real shark hunters of Orange County? I thought the last hunter got eaten by a shark. He did. I sit down next to her and cozy up with a blanket. Awesome. This is going to be like F. If there is an F, I'm getting an F. What? Every response was like dark clouds coming out of him. Strange.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Right, guys, I'm just going to take a quick break, go to the toilet. I'll be back 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, gang. Right, let's go on our second date with Joseph. And then we are at decision time. Dadcision time, as I'm calling the stream. It's been a long day of clipping coupons. Looks like there's a sale on boxed brownie mix. That reminds me. I wonder what Joseph's up to. I should see if he wants to hang out. Or if he wants to go to the store with me and use these coupons. Looks like he's online. Hey Joseph, wanna hang? It takes a moment for Joseph to respond. Toby, hope you finally recovered from your brownie-induced coma. And I know I promised you a fun hang, but tonight I'm actually chaperoning a youth group mixer. Amanda's invited, of course. If you're not doing anything, you should come. Oh, that sounds nice. And be a chaperone with me because I need the help. Less nice. I think for a moment, I'm a little bummed out, of course. I suppose I just wanted some me and Joseph time. Maybe to get to know him a little better. Ah, what the heck. My friend needs my help. I type back. Buddy, if you need me, you got me. Just tell me where I need to be tonight. Joseph lets me know the details. It starts pretty soon. I should get ready. I knock on Amanda's door and peek in. Hey Amanda, I'm about to head out. Where are you off to? Are you going to go extreme couponing? I'm actually going to go chaperone this youth mixer dancing that's happening at Joseph's church. He says you're invited, but if you don't want to come, I'll cover for you. You know what? I'm down. Maybe I can make some new friends. That's a good attitude. But I'll have you know that I'm mostly doing this for the potential of free food. Thank you, Amanda. You get 4 daughter points today. Can I trade them in for daughter lava lamp? Sorry, you only have enough for a daughter spider ring. Or some of those daughter plastic jumpy frogs. I like those things. They try their hardest. It's inspirational. We arrive at the church to find that nobody's there. There are decorations and balloons and banners and everything, but no youths. I've been to a couple of dances in my life, and not that I want to paint myself as some sort of dance expert, but generally dances require people. And those people need to be dancing. All of a sudden, Joseph jogs up to us. He looks frazzled. You're here. I need your help. Joseph gestures to the hand-painted banner hanging above the church door. It reads, Jesus is coming. Oh, God. The typo. Well, I suppose the mispainting. Yikes. Well, that's certainly a thing. God made all things, Amanda. Except for that banner. Ernest made that. I genuinely can't tell if he made that maliciously or if he just can't spell good. You know what God also does? Forgives. He forgives teenagers and he never ever breaks their box mods. Are you going to break Ernest's box mod? No, Amanda. That would be a sin. I think it's the one right after Sloth. Toby, I need your help getting this down before anyone sees it. I can swing that. Amanda, can you help? Physical labor? Huh? Amanda begins rapidly scanning the mostly empty room, looking for an escape route of her own. I have to go set up the food. The food's already set up. I'm going to do the final inspection pass on the food to make sure it's up to code. I'm going to go eat your food. Oh, Amanda. This is the one time you could have earned more daughter points. That's like 10 daughter points to help sort this out. Amanda's able to bolt away before myself or Joseph can get another word in. Phew, she really can book it when she wants to. Her father was a giant pair of legs. I dated some giant arms once, but it turned out they were alright. He must have been devastated. It was arm again. No, it's... I get it. I'll workshop it. There's a gem in there somewhere. I'm really glad you're here, Toby. Are you enjoying my company, or did you just lure me out here for my strong arms and height advantage? A little of both. It's always something with you, Joseph. It's something handsome and pious. You're not that pious. Debatable. You just alluded to breaking a child's vape pen. I would have lost the debate. You ready to do this? Let's make some magic happen. Magic isn't real, Toby. God said that. God was also a bush one time. True. Joseph and I grab a stepladder and walk over to Ernest's banner. That turd Ernest has one final trick up his sleeve. Looks like this nightmare is stapled and taped 6 ways to Monday. Any ideas? What happened to your strong arms and height advantage? Ah, right. I forgot about those. But I realised my oversized dad fingers are far too large to get leverage on tiny staples. You got a hammer I can use to pry these off? Toby, this is a church. We get a little nervous around hammers. And nails. I'm kidding, we just don't have a hammer. God. This is why I wasn't uncomfortable enough with a priest as it is. He's got to start cracking jokes like that. But we have to hurry. The use will be here any moment. I'll never hear the end of it if we don't fix this. Wait, I have an idea. I run to grab the marker that Ernest used to draw this thing and jump back up on the ladder. We can't get it down, but we can send a different message. I only got one shot here. Let's do this right. Oh god, this is going to be a mini game where I'm going to have to... Jesus is calming, it's got to be. I'm able to turn the U into an A and an L somehow. It's a little tight, but it works. Well, that's true, I guess. Bask in his calming presence, Joseph. Relax. Crisis averted. Let's just hope the youths don't notice. Joseph checks his watch. The DJ should be here by now. Just then, the doors swing open and a man struts in with his DJing equipment. Oh god, not this dude again! Not this dude again, please! He was insufferable last time. Oh. Wait, you're not the usual guy. What happened to Evan? Evan knew exactly what to play. When to play the Cupid Shuffle. Hey, I'm not Evan. Evan sold all of his DJ equipment to backpack through Europe, so I'm filling in for him. I do envy him, though. What I would give to drop everything and start over. Haha! Wait, it's the sad guy from the trivia place. Are you alright? Alright? I'm better than alright. I'm DJ Spin Master Quinn. He sighs heavily. I usually do trivia nights, but I moonlight on the ones and twos to give myself a sense of purpose in life. Is he okay? Well, you'll have to do. You have a playlist of fun songs that youths will like that won't inspire impure thoughts or tempt them to the dark side, right? The DJ thinks for a moment. Believe me, buddy, I got what you need. Okay, great. I'll let you get set up. The DJ leaves. Let's keep an eye on this one. He sounded like he was just going to play Creep by Radiohead on repeat. After some time, kids from the community start filing into the dance hall. Some of them seem to notice our sign hack, but they don't seem to care. Most of the kids group off into tiny clusters, standing in circles and casting sideways glances at the other groups of teens. Man, I do not miss being a teenager at social functions. Hey, party people! Everyone in the room turns their attention to the DJ. DJ Spin Master Quinn coming at you with the sound that people want. We're off to a good start. This next tune goes out to all the ladies in the audience. Ladies, let me hear you say yeah. A few half-hearted yes echo through the crowd. Alright. He sighs again. Man, it's been a heavy couple of days. This next one's actually just my wife, Sandra. I hope we can work things out, my little honeysuckle vine. The DJ begins playing Creep by Radiohead. Oh, no, for God. Oh, God. Amanda sidles up to me, pizza in one hand, a punch in the other. Creep, huh? Bold choice for a youth group. Let's see where he goes with this. After the song finishes, he plays Creep again. Is the DJ crying? This guy is just a mood killer. Oh my god. If you watch the kids really closely, you can catch them cringe every time Tom York swears. There they go. Maybe we should do something about this. Joseph runs up to us. He's killing the vibe. They're listening to swears, sad swears. We have to do something. You guys should try to give him a pep talk. Maybe work him up to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. or, at the very least, No Rain by Blind Melon. You want to help us cheer him up? Actually, I just saw my friend, Frederico. Frederico? He's from Latin. I didn't know you were taking a Latin class. I'm not. So he's from the country Latin? Yes, it exists. Don't Google it. You can go, Amanda. Amanda's. She's gone. Joseph and I make our way to the DJ booth where Spin Master Quinn is having a quiet cry. Hey, bud. Hey, my dudes. How's the party jamming? It's, not. Oh, I'm sorry, fellas. Just take a moment to find my groove. Gotta play the sad tunes to properly appreciate the bangers, right? That's not how DJing works. Now stop me if I'm out of line here, since I've never been a DJ and don't have any current plans to become one, but I don't think that's how it works. The kids came out here to have a good time. You gotta cool it on the sadness. Hey, buddy. If it's problems you're having with... Joseph leans in close to me. What was his wife's name again? It was Sandra, wasn't it? Yeah, Sandra. If you're having problems with Sandra, I can help you too. I do counselling. It's my job here, and I'm very good at it. Oh? I don't know. I can tell that you're hurting. Nobody voluntarily listens to that much Radiohead on repeat unless they're really going through some tough times. Trust me, I know. Joseph places a hand on Spin Master Quinn's shoulder, who immediately collapses into Joseph's embrace, crying quietly. There, bud. It's gonna be okay. Thank you. I'll put on some dancehall anthems. You're the best, Spin Master Quinn. With yet another crisis averted, Joseph and I return to the dance floor where Amanda's waiting with an ice cream cone. They have ice cream here. Good work, Amanda. How's it looking out there? Well, for a dance, there's not a whole lot of dancing. Looks like people are starting to bail though. This is a disaster. Don't be so hard on yourself. This ice cream, top notch. I'm sorry for dragging you into this, Toby. You and Amanda should just go home. I'm not going to make you stay here for the train wreck. It's not a disaster. We can still fix this. We can. I suddenly realised what we have to do. Hey, Fuge. How are you doing, buddy? I suddenly realised what we have to do. Amanda, get out of here. I don't think you're going to want to be here for this, or be seen with me after this.
Hey.
Oh god, you're not going to... I throw my car keys to Amanda. I'll get a ride back with Joseph, just remember me as I am right now. Not as what I'm about to become. I'm doing good, Fuge. How are you doing, buddy? Amanda nods. Nice knowing you, Pops. She runs out of the door. Joseph, I'm going to turn it up on the dance floor. With luck, we can get these youths into it as well. Are you in or out? Joseph stares at me. He knows what has to be done as much as I do. See you on the other side? See you on the other side. Joseph and I walk onto the dance floor in the middle of the room. The youths all stare at us, unsure of what we're doing. Time to get our groove on. Oh god, it's going to be a dance mini-game. I can see it coming. Is it going to be like DDR or something? I don't know. Let's start them off easy and work our way up to the more technical stuff. God. Let's start with the lawnmower. Alright, let's rip-start this baby. I start lawn-mowing the dance floor. Joseph seems to respond to that and decides to mow another patch of grass on the dance floor. That's the stuff. I look around. Well, it looks like we've got everyone's attention. Alright, Toby, let's turn up the heat. Let's just running man it. Since time immemorial, this move has never let me down. I start jogging in place, matching the movements with my arms and pushing out. This seems to awaken something in Joseph, who feels the fire, or the running man deep within him. I look around to see the youths. They're getting into it. Keep it up. I think they're coming around. Hammer slide. I tried to do the hammer slide. Honestly, it's not a bad bit, but the kids don't get too into it. Good effort, buddy, but I think that pan flashed a little too long. They're not looking too lively yet, but we can still turn it around. Let's butter churn it. Farming is hard work, but we need the butter for the harvest. I start churning like it's the only sustenance that's going to get the homestead through these cold winter months. I move my hands in circles in order to transform the milk into cream and a delicious high-calorie cooking ingredient. This will be perfect on Ma's homemade cornbread. You got to turn it up more than that. Come on, we got to get these kids into it. Alright, time for the big finish. I'll lift Joseph up Dirty Dancing style. I approach Joseph and motion that I'm about to lift him up. Are you strong enough to do that? I don't know. Without regard for human safety, I summon all of my might and lift Joseph above my head. It isn't quite Dirty Dancing, but Joseph is a good sport and spreads his arms wide while I spin him in a circle. I look at the crowd. They seem to love it. Somewhat obligingly, the kids take the dance floor and start to move around. Before long, they're starting to laugh and enjoy themselves. It was dicey, but we've done our jobs. No, GameSlayer is my friend, and another streamer, a fellow streamer. Come on, the rest of the chaperones will take it from here. What? I have something to show you. Joseph leads me out of the main room and down various darkened corridors of the church. I can barely see anything and find myself tripping over my own feet. Joseph, I think I lost you. His hand finds mine in the darkness. I'm right here. I'm glad he can't see me blush. We keep walking. Where are we? This church is huge. We're almost there. I actually have to admit that I was a little dishonest with you. I didn't just invite you out here to help me chaperone. What happened to lying being one of the 10 things you're not supposed to do? I think there's an exception for when you're trying to surprise a friend. Which one is the bad daddy? I don't know if there's a particularly bad one. I mean, Robert's a bit of a dick, but I was looking through it how to do different save files, because the save system in this is a bit weird. You just have a bunch of saves. And I saw some spoiler stuff regarding Robert, and I think I screwed up at the very beginning with Robert. And if you approach him a lot differently, he is a slightly better person, but I'm not sure. The Golf Daddy's cool. I like him. He's not. I wouldn't say he's bad. I'd say Robert's a bit dodgy, and Joseph is getting a bit dodgy, but thank you for the follow, Fuge. Welcome, welcome to the Tea Time crew. Ooh, just having a stretch. Oh, you meant Robert. Yeah, I don't think he's actually that bad. I think if you get his story right, he could be better. A lot better. But I think we fucked up. Well, I fucked up. I think there's an exception for when you're trying to surprise a friend. Joseph closes the door behind us. I guess we're in a random room in the depths of the church now. What could he possibly have planned? Pardon me. So last time we talked about escaping to an island where we could live out an easy tropical lifestyle where our only worry is trying to find that lost shaker of salt. Since we can't actually do that, I figured I could bring a little bit of the tropics to Maple Bay. It's not quite Margaritaville, but something like it. Joseph froze on the lights. Oh. Welcome to the Margarita Zone. I look around as my eyes adjust to the light. It's his office, but there are twinkle lights strung across the walls, little garlands of fake flowers, and 2 beach chairs set up in front of the desk. There's a blender and 2 glasses sitting on the table. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Joseph, this is amazing.
Wink.
There's no pop-tops to step on here, buddy. You did this for me? Joseph takes a seat and gestures for me to do the same.
Oh.
I did this for us. I think we've both earned it. I settle in while Joseph pours us margaritas. You really went all out?
Hey,
I have a flair for the dramatic, and you can't lead the community if you don't know how to make a good margarita. I take a sip of mine. This is a killer margarita. I would follow this man. Do you think the dance is going okay without our sick dance moves?
oh,
No, not here. You're missing the point of Margarita Zone.
ah,
Margarita Zone is a place of rest and relaxation. It's a place where you can kick your feet up and forget about your worries for a while. It's heaven on earth with an onion slice. Oh, whoops. I think that's cheeseburger in paradise. Oh, right. I'm just now realising that I only know 2 Jimmy Buffett songs. I'm going to have to revoke your dad card for that one. Joseph gestures to the makeshift island bar he's made.
oh.
You know, it's funny. This reminds me so much of when I was younger. I've been meaning to ask, what did you do before you started preaching? It's uninteresting. I left home young and got into a lot of trouble. What kind of trouble? Trouble meant I got to go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I hitchhiked around the country, went on adventures, met all kinds of people, did some stuff I'm not too proud of. But I was young and in love and didn't have to answer to anybody.
Ah.
And now, I host fundraiser car washes and take the kids to soccer practice on the weekends. Sorry, I don't mean to get heavy here. It's okay. It seems like you spend a lot of time taking care of others, but not enough time taking care of yourself. If you need to talk about it, I'm here for you. Joseph stares deeply into the blender filled with ice and margarita mix. It's just, I think about Margaritaville a lot. Or I guess the concept of it. A place where I could strum on my 6-string while I wait for the shrimp to boil, drink margaritas all the time, forget my worries. It's an easy life. I had Margaritaville once, but I think the closest I'm ever going to get back to it is Margarita Zone, a short and occasional reprieve from daily life. Is that such a bad thing? This is pretty nice. It doesn't last forever, that's the rub. When you're in Margarita Zone, it's not like your problems have really gone away. You're just choosing to ignore them.
Oh,
Maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe Margarita Zone is actually better than Margaritaville. Because Margarita itself is an impossible ideal. Sorry guys, my reading is terrible today. Remember what Spin Master Quinn said? Sometimes you have to play the sad tunes to appreciate the bangers. If stepping on a pop top is your biggest concern, how could you possibly appreciate the boiling shrimp?
ah.
And Margarita Zone isn't landlocked to this office. I think it's about finding the little pieces of Margarita Zone throughout your day and taking joy in those moments. That's awfully optimistic of you. It doesn't have to be anything big. For me, I think it's about being able to quietly do word jumbles and drink some strong coffee in the morning, to see my daughter smile, or I smile at Joseph, to spend some quality time with a good friend. Yeah? Yeah, Margarita Zone sounds awesome. Yeah. I can feel myself leaning closer to Joseph. Is it just me, or is he leaning closer too? Joseph tenses up. He downs the rest of his margarita and hops up out of his chair. It's getting late. We should head back. Sure. Joseph and I make sure the dance wraps up without incident before he takes me back to the cul-de-sac. I hop out of Joseph's car before he pulls into his own driveway. Thanks again for the help. Thanks again for Margarita Zone. Maybe we'll go back there one day. If we do, it'll be my own damn fault. Joseph chuckles and drives away. I walk into my living room to find Amanda curled up under a blanket and groaning on the couch. Hey Panda, you feeling okay? Dad, I have a tummy ache. Eat too much youth group food? I drank too deeply from the well of life, and now I have to pay the price. And by well of life, I mean that big lukewarm punch bowl of seltzer, juice, and sherbet. Amanda slides to the floor with an elongated groan. Need anything, kiddo? A time machine that goes back approximately 2 hours in the past so that I can warn myself of the folly of excess. I'll pour you a glass of water. Love you, Pops. How'd the dance go? Oh, I crushed it. Got the kids on the dance floor at the expense of my dignity. A fair trade. Also, everything hurts. I'll see you in the morning, kiddo. Night, Dad. Crushed it. How am I getting... Like on other dates, I got hearts for stuff and got like a D. Yet, with Joseph, I mess up like 4 of the things and it's like A rank. Yes, it works. I made it longer because before you couldn't quite hear it. Oh. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh. I decide to take the long walk. Words. So I decide to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighbourhood, taking in the sights and sounds of a suburban city with low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. You timed that perfectly. Maybe I should wait this out inside. Did we already have this scene? I ordered a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Miri, sitting alone in the corner, nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guys, she looks so... sad. A pang of guilt shoots through me. Does she know? Is this because of me? Am I a homewrecker? No, this is slightly different to last time. It's the same, but slightly different because we didn't have the homewrecker thing. The thing is, though, Fuge, she's hit on me like twice now. So I'm going to say hi this time. I decide to go and say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. This seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. You? Okay, this was maybe not the best idea. Hey? Having fun with your new best friend, Joseph? He's a great. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you two. Mary, I'm not... I'd never accuse you of anything uncouth, Toby. You're just having an innocent, very platonic time with my husband. A supportive friendship. You're a good friend, aren't you? Yep, just a friend. That's funny. Joseph usually likes his friends to at least have a spine. We can't all be as blunt as you are, Mary. So you're an expert on my marriage now. I'm not trying to be an expert in a marriage. I'm trying to be there for my friend, okay? Oh, you're there for him. I see how you look at him. I bet you're there for him a lot. She takes a long sip of her drink. This was a mistake. You know, you're really not his type. I'm surprised. Mary pays her tab and strides out of Jim and Kim's without looking back. Oh, dang. We may have just made a big mistake.
You've got dads.
Right. We are at Dadcision time. So let's check the poll. Really, guys, we are split down the fecking middle. We have got 2 votes. One for Damien, one for Hugo. So if you want to vote, vote now. Because I believe this date will trigger the sort of end of the game, I believe. I'll give you a couple of minutes. This game's got music in the background. You guys are just hilarious, aren't you? Now someone's voted for Craig and made it a 3-way tie. You can vote multiple times if you want, I believe. So how have all your days been anyway? What you all been up to? Having a good Saturday? It's still a 3-way split, so if it stays like that much longer, I will make the decision myself out of those 3. You can't vote more than once. I'm pretty sure I set it so you could. Oh, nice, Slayer, nice. Are you picking up Overwatch? Because if you are, we could play a bit later if you want. You can't vote more than once. Weird. I swear I set it to vote more than once. Maybe I set it up wrong. Okay, that's weird. I'm sure I picked the allow multiple votes from one IP address. Something to keep an eye on next time I make a straw poll. But in that case, I'm going to choose... Yes, you did, Miss Michelle. You did hear Overwatch. Yeah, on your internet, Slayer, it could take some time. Yes, Miss Michelle. Once we've finished this, I will take a short break to get some dinner, and then we'll be coming back with some Overwatch. And hopefully Game Slayer should be able to join us if it's downloaded. Because Doomfist is out, which reminds me I should probably... One sec, guys, I'm just going to go to the break screen while I open up Battle.net and make sure I've got the Overwatch update downloaded. There we go, I've got it fetching updates now. It shouldn't impact the stream too much. I have got pretty beefy internet. Oh, good call. Very good call, Game Slayer, because otherwise you'd burn your whole allowance downloading Overwatch. Let me refresh the results once more. Okay, so it's still a 3-way tie. So, at this point, I will go with my choice. Which, in this case, my choice... It's basically Craig or Damien. And since Damien was far more romantic with the handwritten letter... I mean, we know Craig better, and Craig is physically dishier, but there's something about Damien. There really is, so... You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. Are you sure this is your dream daddy? Oh, your allowance refreshes next week. That's good. Are we sure, gang? Damien, yes. That's my choice. If anyone's got a serious reason why we should go with Craig over Damien, I might change my mind. Well, he is. I mean, just them cheekbones and that jawline. Oh, we've even got a quote for it. Which quote is it? If you do quote 3. Oh. Oh, don't worry, Gameslayer. You played some Overwatch on my account. You were pretty decent on Soldier. You'll be fine. I can carry you with my Hanzo main. And Miss Michelle will just carry the pair of us on her back. So, it's fine. Right. I'm going with Damien. Because there is nothing more romantic than a handwritten letter. Mwah! Yes, Miss Michelle is like a boss. It's like a boss. She is a boss. Ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been... words. Mouth. Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with that first letter I wrote him that he insisted we only communicate by post instead of through Dadbook. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Oh, it's so romantic! That is so romantic! Hanging out with that goth dad again? Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes, be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda, I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Dad.
Turn into a bat. I don't think... What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat? Oh my god, Amanda's got such great lines. She's like the driving force of the comedy in this game. I love it. One of those. While I'm out, can you throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die? That would be great. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. Please, Slayer, I'm not that good at Overwatch. It doesn't, like, anyone can play Hanzo like I play Hanzo. It's not hard, it's just a matter of knowing where the high ground is and knowing the right choke points to spam your arrows down. No, I am a Hanzo main. I'm just saying, like, it's not difficult to play Hanzo as well as I do. I'm scrub tier Hanzo. I am truly a Hanzo main. I've got like 10 hours, I think, on Hanzo, and like hour on Soldier, and that's like the next highest amount of time I have on a character. I think I've got like maybe 45 minutes on Rhine, something like that. Not much at all. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cape, I mean cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. This is going to seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life, or something. I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's the single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I'm going to die, you are going to die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era. And yet, funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to elaborately staged photographs of the dead relatives. Which is the right way to say that word? Is it the minutiae? The minutiae of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that was deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now we don't have any of that. Okay, Fuge. We'll see you when you get back. Now we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not to allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel, but it is all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Wow, that's beautiful. I can see the moonlight in the bay glint off of Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turn to the harbour and watch ships pass by, breathing in the salty sea air. I look to Damien again, and I can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry, I have to take this. It's like his phone again. Oh my god. If his son cock blocks me, I am going to be pissed. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucien again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay?
Why, my.
There's an emergency. Lucien? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh. Okay, is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come, there isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a run-down building on the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment, I'll be right back. Damien walks off down a corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of this seemingly empty building. And this is where I get turned into a vampire. Well, at this point, I don't mind. He is a dreamboat. And, you know, immortality with a dreamboat. Yeah, I'm not going to say no. Distant howls echo from some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound, like claws on tile. I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff at the air. What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly, the lights shut off. I panic. Unsure of where I am or how I can get out, I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. A what? We take care of stray animals, and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry. I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter. Wow. Okay, kid. Way to put me in a box. Dames, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open. Appearing from the shadows, I see Damien? Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. Dang, he's actually dishier without all the stuff on. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. I wear tennis shoes to work, and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle, that much is true. It's just not all that I am, and I need you to know that. Oh, I hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attending to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia? She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open the doors, and now she's unstoppable. When did she get out? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats, and when I came back, she had already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off to the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Toby. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. Oh man, I'm Nerd's house. At least you're not other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first? Like, this doesn't tell me which are the most common places the dog goes to, so... I mean, imagine... It's a dog in a rescue home, it's gonna... What's there to play? Try the softball field. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving towards town. I look over to him. He seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find the Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. It was a really great year for Bark Bark Bark. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Toby? gotta stay positive. My dad once told me, Toby, you can't shove raisins up your nose. And that hurt my feelings. I felt discouraged. But I kept a positive attitude, and you know what? I made it happen. Ew. It might have landed me in the ER and forced me to have 10 golden raisins removed from my nasal cavity. But on that day, I learned that anything is possible if you have a good attitude and abnormally large nostrils. Young children really are resilient, I suppose. Haha, yes, young children. I was 16. Oh my god. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. We drive to the softball field. It looks like Craig's team is practicing. I wonder if any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over, softball bat slung over his shoulder. Hey bros, what's up? Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog around here, have you? One escaped from the animal shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something. Girls? Hi Amanda's dad. Hi Lucian's dad. We have names. Girls, have you seen any dogs around? Yeah, a huge dog ran through here a second ago. You just missed it. We tried to play fetch with her, but she just took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. Here, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. So, went from the shelter to the softball field and then ran away. Let's try the coffee spoon. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. It seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind the counter reading a book. Hey Matt. Didn't expect to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Can't say I have. You looking for one? Can you describe them to me? Enormous. That's pretty well covers it. Cool. I find strays digging for food scraps in the alleys, out back sometimes. I'm sure to keep an eye out. We head back to the car. Or maybe Bayside? Then dun. Freeland. Yeah, let's try base. Ah, I clicked aquarium by accident. Damien and I stopped by the aquarium. Everything looks in order here, but it might help to get out of the car and take a look. You seen anything? No dog here. Not even any sign of her. Do you know that penguins are considered the goths of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Right, Bayside. We arrived back at the Bayside. Just like old times, eh? I remember it as if it were yesterday. I mean, earlier today. So what do you think? Any sight of the pooch? None yet, although who knows if she made it onto any of these ships. The Duchess would do that? I wouldn't put it past her to know how to navigate in rough seas and without a compass. Very smart. Pops? Damien and I turned to see my daughter. Amanda, what are you doing here? Do you think I just stayed inside all day vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Oh, sorry. What are you doing? I'm heading home to go veg out on the couch and watch TV. This girl, yes. She's awesome. Had to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog around here? Oh, you bet. I saw a Pomeranian with a bow around its neck. I saw a big old Doberman named Henry. There was a stroller full of Yorkies, a greyhound, a golden retriever. Did you see a Mastiff anywhere? No dice. I would definitely have remembered that. I gotta run though. This Rito has about 10 minutes before the cheese breaks down the molecular structure of the tortilla and makes it all soggy. You understand. I do. Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Tea Time. I fear that the hours are growing short. We must make haste if we're to find the Duchess by sundown. Damien's looking more stressed out by the minute. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. Oh, all dads like a good knock-knock joke. Who's there? Death Cult. Death Cult who? Death Cultivator, more chipper Attitude, friend. We're going to find that dog. A smile cracks on Damien's lips. That's better. I keep reading Damien directions from the map as we drive around town. Well, we haven't been to the cul-de-sac. It's the only place we haven't been, so... We drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems to be pretty normal. It looks like Brian's doing some yard work. We pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Pardon me. Aside from your underwatered lawn? Oh, here we go. How dare you? I take my lawn care very seriously. Toby, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? Well, a few hours ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's going to take forever to... Oh, sorry, I double-clicked there. I think he said it's going to take time to reseed the grass. That could be a dog, or a rather feisty raccoon. Hey. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. Ate all of my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. Right, back to the coffee shop. Because that's the only place that's going to have food. We head back inside the coffee spoon. Hey, Matt. Guys, I think I may have seen that dog you were looking for. You did? A brown mastiff? Sight of a house? Yeah, I saw it digging through the trash in the back. It ran away when I tried to get closer, though. Do you see what direction it ran in? Matt thinks for a second. Might have been running east, I think. That pup tore through 3 pounds of old banana bread Kennedys. Want to take some for the road, just in case? Sure thing. Matt packages up a slice. Thanks for the slice. The road slice. This banana bread Kennedy's is going to be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog. Right. I meant it's going to be so good for the dog to eat. I feel like we're on the right track. You think? If we keep this up, we'll find the Duchess in no time. Hey, if you like dogs so much, why don't you have any? Lucien is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. But there are still dogs in my life, so for that, I'm grateful. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let us not waste any more time. Verily. Right, east from the coffee spoon. Never eat shredded wheat. Well, that would be the cul-de-sac. But then Brian said it was hours ago. But like, how long is it taking us to drive between places? Like, east is either the cul-de-sac or the bay, or even the shelter. But we can't go back to the shelter, so it's either the bay or the cul-de-sac. And try the cul-de-sac again. We arrive at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal except... Uh-oh, Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is classic Duchess Cordelia, a telltale sign. We should approach with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step inside. There, sitting in the centre of Hugo's living room, looked like she owns the damn place, is one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Woof. Well, she hasn't broken anything in here. Yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again, and get her out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien wearily. As he approaches, she begins to growl. She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Which way round do we do this? I'm half tempted to say give her a treat first to get her sort of interested, then use the banana bread later for like a really long concentration on it. Like, Damien pulls a treat that he bought from the shelter out of his pocket and holds it in front of the Duchess. She eyes it suspiciously, then growls. She's wise to the game. I don't think this will work. Right, let's give her the banana bread. I reach into my pocket and pull out the slice of banana bread Kennedy's Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in on the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some more yummy, homemade, vegan, and possibly gluten-free banana bread, if that's what you're into. The Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives the bread a good sniff, before gently taking it from my hand and dropping it on the ground like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash. On the leash, she won't move. Duchess, what happened to our rapport? You and I used to be boss and buddies. She still doesn't move. She's huge. There's no way we could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing? Ernest stands in the doorway with a plate of pizza rolls. What flavour pizza rolls are those? Pepperoni blast. Nice. The Duchess noticed Ernest and starts pulling against the leash. Why is this dog at my house? It's along... The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles towards Ernest. Ah! Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls. Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh, hey. Hugo stands at the door looking like he's at a loss for words. Uh-oh, we fucked up.
Huh?
Why are you guys... Whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Boof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia? How do you do? Borf. We're friends. The Duchess licks at Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out and we've been chasing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we're set up to take care of her.
What?
Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please, look how cute she is. Hugo sighs.
Oh.
We have been talking about adopting a dog for a while. But you have to promise me you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza roll her little heart desires. I suddenly remember what's on the back of this map and pull a pen out of my pocket. Got the forms ready for you, if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we technically broke into your household.
Ah.
Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps onto the porch with us and signs the form while Ernest plays with the Duchess inside. He sure seems to be happy with his new friend.
Ah.
I know, he called me Dad. Can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your door, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but do right by her and she'll love you too forever. Thank you. Success! And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Toby, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Whoa, now. That sounds a bit forward, if you know what I'm saying. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Whoa! Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Oh? Yeah? Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back. And I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him... Mary, you can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, Mom. Oh, wow. Actually, like, a kind side to Mary. I don't think that's anything... We haven't seen that at all in this playthrough. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole goth thing. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? He looks so nervous. Damien, Do you really think I only like you because of all the goth stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. It doesn't matter what it is. You care. And that's awesome. True thought, true. Lewd. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spent too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Then maybe we could be boring together? It would never be boring if it was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me into a hug. He buries his face in my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and looks me in the eyes. Without the coloured contact, his eyes are so dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Thou art welcome. Verily, you may take upon yourself the... You know what? Just kiss me. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes! Damien and I arrive back at the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me to my doorstep. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, Father. I was sitting here on the couch this entire time. Of course you were, daughter. Hi, Amanda.
Oh.
So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? Oh, plot twist. Mothman, Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming either. Genius. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Oh, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning? Sure thing. I make my way to my room and fall into my bed with my heart full, excited for the days to come.
I'm sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance. It's a band?
Phew, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, Toby. Be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. What? No. I had a crab cake sandwich for lunch. That's probably it. You're allergic to you're allergic to shellfish. Oh, no, I forgot again. Dad. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be sick. What have I done? I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but... Oh, Dad, you... I dramatically whip the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops. No way! I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it... Pardon me, sorry. I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it would be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. This is all 19 seasons. And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this. Thank you. She gives me a big hug. I'm glad you like it. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Totally. I follow Amanda to the back door. Oh dang, all the daddies are here. Yes, 19 seasons. Damn, it is a trash show as well. But they love it, so... What? You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here. Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you.
Yeah.
Is that a mac and cheese bar? Sure is. Fully customizable, down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake. The good kind with the crunchies in the middle. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds to make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. Toby, my dude. Pablo, how's the shirt business going? My bird, I got men's shirts, I got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes and colours. Each one of them fine quality screen printed with the logo and visage of world-renowned witch house outfit, Vacant Veil. Purchasable at most respectable retailers. But more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mum's world-famous homemade apple butter. Never stop hustling, Pablo. Baby, you got it. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. We have a real fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold, loves belly rubs. He's always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Mrs. Christiansen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently at the animal shelter. Please tell me more about the Afghan with 3 legs again. Sure, Quadro we call him. It's one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really interested, I could probably steal one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you in to meet all of them. We could always use extra hands around the shelter.
Hey.
And if those extra hands also happen to steal a dog, I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. Really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. Hey, Sailor, your kid's a good egg. Where's your goth prince? You two are usually attached at the hip these days. He's around. Stella. Mary turns her attention to Amanda. It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college. Trust me, I did it plenty back in the day. At one point I had 3 cats living in my dorm. I decide to leave them to it. All of a sudden a huge dog leaps up into my arms. Duchess! Hugo and Ernest run up to me. The Duchess gives my face a few broad licks and hops down. We're working on that. Got her in a disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit who runs where she may. Yeah, attached at the hip. Yeah, giggity giggity. I don't mind at all. Ha, looks like the 3 of you are getting along nicely. She's a valuable addition to the clan. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool. We'll deal with that later. Duchess Cordelia sports the squirrel and darts across the yard. Ernest follows her, laughing. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of the dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking into my house, I guess. Anytime. Toby! Brian, you made it. I don't pass up on good Mac. What do you think of the party? It's not bad. Just not bad? Yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Sure thing, pal. Say, let me know if you ever want to head out on the lake. I'd be happy to pull you out of the drink again. Deep breaths. Daisy trots up. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hey, Brian's daughter. See how that feels? This is a really great party. Thank you so much for inviting us. You're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. Hey, bro. Bro. This is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. I'm trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't let me get too wild. Don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Me too, dude. Briar and Hazel peek out behind Craig. Hi, little ones. Hello. Hiya. Thank you for all that ice cream cake. Wait, girls, how much of that did you eat? Briar ate 4 pieces. Ask any witness. No, I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and wants to pin it on me because we look alike. I have your face. Nobody will ever believe you. Oh boy. I'll let you guys figure this one out. Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang soon, yeah? Totally. Tell Amanda congrats for us. Looks like you settled into the neighbourhood quite nicely. Yep, couldn't ask for a better cul-de-sac. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully we'll see you at more church events. We've got a big schedule planned for the rest of the year, and I'm sure the kids would love to see your dance moves again. Sure thing, Joseph. And maybe, if you aren't doing anything later, we could hang out sometime? Sure, Joseph, that'd be great. Well, see you later. Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese. The perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Toby. Thanks, Hugo. I learned from the best. I've got a pocket full of gift cards that say you already knew a thing or two. Let's get together for trivia night again sometime soon, huh? You know it. You know, I'm really pleased to see Amanda going to her dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Me too. That scholarship money will really help. Amanda walks by and pretends not to see Hugo. Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Hey! Congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things at art school. Haha, yeah, thanks. Amanda starts to back away. Wait, I just realised that you're not my teacher anymore, so I don't have to be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me.
Oh.
You're right. Go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Yeah, I'm going to break anything I want, and there's nothing you can do about it. Are you still mad about that time I gave you detention for breaking my globe? Nope. And I'll have you know that that globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place, so... She'll fit into college just fine. Hey, Robert. Glad you can make it. Yeah. Robert takes a sip of his drink. Why is he being so cold to me? Everything okay? Sure. Why won't you talk to me? I thought we had something. Come on, Toby. You know what that was. You were an object to me, the same way I thought I was an object to you. I figured we were on the same page here. At least from how you were acting. But I don't want to be in this if there are feelings involved. I got too much to deal with as it is. I'll catch you around. Hey man. Matt. Let me know when Amanda leaves for college. I'll have a fresh batch of banana bread Kennedys ready for her. Thank you. I know she'll love that. Have you gotten that oregano smell out of your upholstery yet? Still working on it. Hey, Amanda's dad. I turn to spot Lucian walking up to me. Yes, Lucian? Thanks for inviting me to your party. Anytime, bud. I know we had a rocky start, but I'm glad to know you. I hope you know how much your dad cares about you. Yeah. My dad's had a rough couple of years, and I know that it must not have been easy to raise me alone. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot, and it seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucian. That means a lot to me. Sure. And let me know if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometime. Also, I'm sorry about that oregano thing. Thanks for coming by, Lucian. See you around, Toby. Hey, he actually called me by my name. We're making a connection with his son. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch step. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party, Pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Why? Not to be completely genuine about my feelings for once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy. But it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Dad, you've been there for me through everything. There's been times in my life where you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you, but I realised that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this, and I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. Don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry, don't cry. I swear to God, Toby, if you cry again. You're the best, Dad. I love you. And I'm crying. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time. Amanda hands me a tiny wrap package. I tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. It's us. Kind of shocking, all of our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? I figured we needed at least one together before I leave. Amanda, thank you. Watching you grow up has been the happiest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock 'em dead, kid. Always do. Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Memories to make and stuff to break, right? Oh, I'm going to break so much stuff, intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably going to have to pay for most of it. It would be my honour. Amanda hops up. Looks like someone's been waiting to talk to you. I glance over to the back of the yard where Damien is sitting on a bench beneath our cherry blossom tree. He smiles at me. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are going to go get ice cream. Love you, Pops. Amanda runs off to join her friends. I take a seat next to Damien as the last guests make their way out of the party. Did you know that in the Victorian era they were called benches seaty boys? What? Really? Nah, I'm kidding, Toby. But what if? It's good to see you in your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Toby, and I think it was largely due to your continued influence upon me. There was a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show you my true form, my information technology form. But what you said about me, about how my passion was what you truly admired, that emboldened me to feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of myself, a three-dimensional human being with his own thoughts, wants and needs. I love dressing the way that I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. I place my hand on Damien's and I feel a light squeeze. Looking up, I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. I'm trying to be more comfortable with who I am, rather than dwelling on who I could be to other people. I can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you've realised that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Toby. Me too. I feel myself inching closer and closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face and I'm shocked at how soft it is. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo. I keep running my hands through his hair as he leans closer to me, placing a hand on the side of my face. He strokes my cheek with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Damien pulls me in for a kiss. But I think I can make an exception for you. Woo! That was great. I really enjoyed that. It's a really good game. Hey, Space Broom, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, you've just missed the end. I chose Damien in the end. Hey, Silver Surfer, how you doing? I'm gonna let the credits roll because they deserve some notice for the looks. Yeah, I'm sorry, Space Room. I've been going like 2 hours or so. But in a bit. We need to have more tea. Are you doing well, Miss Michelle? How was it? I loved it. There are a few things. There are a few things I could complain about, but in the long run, over the course of the whole game, it was actually a very good game. There was a few spelling mistakes here and there with some of the text, and I feel like some of the wordings could have been better in places. Some of the minigames were a bit buggy, would be the word I would use, or overly difficult for no good reason, especially when they're just dropped on you in an instant. But overall, I really, really loved it. It's been really good fun, and I will definitely do another playthrough, but I think for the next week or so, we'll probably swap onto some other games for stream, because I don't want to overdo it. Although it's like the hot thing at the moment, I don't want to overdo it and bored you guys with playing too much of Dream Daddy. Pardon me. And I knocked a nice bit about there at the end. Yo, Gameslayer, how far are you into your Overwatch download, buddy? Right, have you got an estimate on how much longer you're going to take to download it? But yes, I very much enjoyed this game. This is definitely one that will definitely come back at some point for another playthrough. Try to go for a different daddy, try and get some different endings. I'd be really interested to come back and do another playthrough with Robert and just sort of rush the plot Robert playthrough, but do it a hell of a lot different. A quarter of that, so not sure. Okay, well, I'm going to take like a 15-20 minute break or so, maybe a bit more. Well, no, let's just say half an hour. Make it a round number. I'm going to take a half an hour break. I'm going to stop the stream. We'll be back in half an hour. Miss Michelle, if you're down, we'll play some Overwatch. Anyone else in chat who's got it, if you want to jump in, play Overwatch, we'll play some casual for a while. Be some fun. We can jump in Discord, chat together. If you like the sound of that. yeah, just keep me notified on Facebook, GameSlayer. Yeah, we'll just pop back in about half an hour or so. It's not going to be long. Like, yeah, half an hour, I'll say. And I'll be back. I just want to take a break, rest my throat, go to the toilet, get a fresh drink, something to nibble, and then we'll come back with some Overwatch. Well, thank you very much everyone for dropping in for the finale of Dream Daddy. I shall catch you in about half an hour.